Okay, just completed level 38, which is way too easy. Even with the boosted plants, or without the boosted plants, I think I would have done pretty well. So, uh, doesn't really matter. None of these plants I really care about anymore. I've got everything that I need. This one, they have no gargantuan zombies, but we do have these guys with the torches. So I'll get my usual selection here. This to me is the ultimate collection. This last spot, because we have so many graves, we'll get the grave buster, but you can use other things like the cherry bombs or the plant to slow them down, the Stalia. But in this case, because there's so many graves, we'll go ahead and use the grave buster. And let's rock and see how we do. So mushroom plants are absolutely my favorite for sun producing. And we're going to hang on till we get the right areas for my moon plants, which will go here. I'll start off by putting one of those there. Put a moon plant there. Okay, we'll get some of these cacti to start breaking up some graves as well. Hate these sandstorms. I'm gonna have to cheat just a little bit here. I usually don't like doing this, but in the beginning, until I get all my plants set, this is all I can really do to prevent getting overwhelmed. Try to get these cacti out first because they are big hitters when they're combined with the moon plants. Let me put a walnut out there. And what I like is these primitive pea shooters. They knock back your zombies to give your cacti a bit more of a chance to really do some damage to them. And so we just kind of use the grave busters in the meantime. Unfortunately, yeah, kind of got this guy knocked out here. Oh, we're out of spots here. This is going to be a little bit of a longer level, which I like because this gives me a chance to actually get my plants out the way I would like them to. And so essentially we just fill up this whole area with cacti, and then once we get more cacti out there, I'll start putting out more walnuts here. Because these cacti... Oh, stupid. There we go. Because these cacti do a good job of snuffing out the torch bearers. And so you want to get those guys snuffed out as quickly as possible. So that I can get some more walnuts out there. Might as well put a couple out there. We're not going to be hurting for sun with this combination of plants that we have. So essentially, it's just what you see. We fill up the whole middle board there with the cacti, powered by the moon plants. They really pack a punch. The primitive pea shooters knock back the zombies. Get them behind our walnuts here. And then whenever our plant food comes in, I just shoot off a plant food and pick up a new one. And yeah, at this point in time, the sandstorm doesn't really affect us too much. And all we're really doing at this point is just putting out more walnuts. And as they get either burnt or eaten, you just end up replacing them. And these guys that come in as a sandstorm, they pretty well get killed by the time they make it past the walnuts. So typically the guys with the torches do get their torches extinguished by the time they get to the first row of walnuts, but if they don't, they'll get it done shortly thereafter. And it's pretty well a massacre from here on in. If it was a bit of a longer level, I'd probably end up knocking out these plants, these mushrooms, and putting in more of the primitive pea shooters here. I can take that gold bloom, but I won't. Final wave. I might get my primitive pea shooters out after all, and all the squares that we want. By the time you get to level 39, you don't get those plant foods too often, so you kind of hang on the 4 that you have as long as you possibly can. Typically I end up using them up when they have a mass of gargantuars that come across the screen. And so at this point in time, just wait until the zombie hordes are done, and just keep rejuvenating your walnuts on the front lines. And this, I find, combination of plants pretty well works the best. The gargantuars, like I said, when they come out in the hordes, they do become an issue. At that point in time, I don't know if I would use the walnuts, because they can smash through them pretty quick. It takes 3 hits to knock out a walnut, which is fine if there's 1 or 2 on the screen, gargantuars that is. But when you have a whole fleet of them coming across your screen, you're going to need something to pack more of a punch, and typically that's where you're going to have to use one of your extra little cheats there at the bottom of the screen. And there you go. Level 39 is done. And like I said, that to me is the ultimate plant combination. Again, you have the pea shooters knocking them back. You have these cacti just wreaking havoc. And you have the walnuts. They grow quick. They're cheap enough. And you just keep planting them instead of waiting for them to be eaten before you replace them. As soon as one goes down, or if one gets eaten up a little bit, you just heal it and keep that wall up as long as you can. And that's the video.